Hey everyone, Kyle Walker here. If you love cars, fixing things, or just want to understand your vehicle better, you're in the right place. I share hands-on tips, smart driving advice, and straight-up car talk without the fluff. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around till the end. You don't want to miss what's coming up. Let's get into
A
it.
distinctive feature of a large company in today's world is the presence of plants for the production of products not only in the country of origin of production, but also in other countries. A very important goal for any manufacturer is to cover as many countries as possible included in the regular sphere of sales. Hyundai cars belong to one of the most popular brands in our country. This South Korean manufacturer is the fourth automobile company in the world, ranking with its headquarters in Seoul. The word Hyundai translates as modernity, which fully corresponds to the development strategy of the organization and the constant improvement of the models of the car range under the Hyundai brand. The company has a large number of car plants in different countries and on different continents. Naturally, the largest of them is located in South Korea itself, and there are also plants in the following countries: China, Turkey, India, Russia, Czech Republic, North America, and Brazil. Strict adherence to the technological process of assembly, as well as the use of only high-quality materials and parts, gives confidence that, regardless of the country of manufacture, the buyer will get a Korean in the best possible performance. The only deviations from the general requirements, which are allowed by Hyundai Group, are official changes to the model taking into account the peculiarities of the country in which the car will be operated. This can be increased ground clearance, heated seats and steering wheel, use of reinforced suspension, etc. On the territory of Russia, cars of this brand are assembled in St. Petersburg, in Taganrog, Tagas plant. Hyundai assembly is suspended. This manufacturer offers fans of its products quite a large model range, satisfying most of the needs of car enthusiasts. Hyundai Solaris. Hyundai Solaris. This car brand is very well known in Russia. This car is assembled at the plants of many countries, but on our roads you can most often meet Hyundai Solaris of domestic assembly production at the Russian plant in St. Petersburg. Hyundai Motor Manufacturing Rus is characterized by the fact that it is a so-called full-cycle production. This means that everything from the manufacture of parts to the complete adjustment of the vehicle's electronic components takes place at one plant. The owners of the plant invested about $500 million in the construction of the Russian branch, and naturally, the quality of the produced cars is given a lot of attention. The assembly process itself is maximally automated and reaches almost 80%. For example, only robot manipulators work in welding and painting shops. The plant works in 3 shifts and produces quite a large number of Hyundai Solaris and other models. Very much attention is paid to the process of control of finished products. If there are the slightest flaws, the car is sent for necessary revision. This model confidently from year to year enters the top 5 best-selling cars in Russia. Hyundai 935 or Hyundai Tucson. Hyundai Tucson model appeared on the automobile market in 2004, but since 2010 it was removed from production. The assembly of the car of this brand still remains in Ukraine in the city of Cherkasy. Read also how the turbocharger works and what is its purpose. Since 2009, the second-generation car came to the market, but in most countries this model was called 935. Unlike its predecessor, this brand has more fuel-efficient and powerful engines. Improvements have been made to the safety system as well. Since the car is created on the same platform with Kia Sportage, it is not surprising that in Europe 935 is produced at the plant Kia Motors Slovakia. Since 2011, the 935 has been assembled in the Czech Republic in Novosavice at the Hyundai plant. Sales of the crossover in Russia started in 2010. This excellent model is also budget-friendly. In our country, you can buy cars with 2-liter gasoline and diesel engines. Since 2013, an updated version of this model has become available. Although there is a factory of the firm Hyundai in Russia, its capacity for the production of this model is no longer sufficient, and therefore 935 in our country come from the Czech Republic or Slovakia. Korean assembly can also be found, but it happens very rarely. In the event that there is a desire to know exactly where the car came from, you need to pay attention to the VIN of the vehicle. If U is indicated, the assembly was carried out in Korea, J in the Czech Republic, L in Slovakia. In 2015, the third-generation Hyundai Tucson was presented at the Geneva Salon. He, as well as his predecessors, became one of the most popular crossovers in Russia. Unfortunately, these cars are not assembled on the territory of our country and get to us mostly from the Czech Republic. Hyundai i30. This model was created on the same basis as the Kia Ceed and also has a hatchback and station wagon body. You can buy models with diesel and gasoline engines, automatic or manual transmission. This car was developed not from scratch, but on the basis of the Hyundai Elantra New. Since the car was intended for the European market, the Germans were engaged in the design of the body. In Russia, this car is not produced and many of its variants are practically not available. On our roads you can meet i30 cars produced in South Korea, Czech Republic, and China. Hyundai Santa Fe. Hyundai Santa Fe was created on the basis of Hyundai Sonata, belongs to the midsize crossovers, and is a successful alternative to the Tucson. This model is assembled in South Korea and the USA. On the territory of Russia, Hyundai Santa Fe was assembled only in the first and second generations at the car plant in Taganrog. Cars of the third generation are delivered to Russia only in the South Korean assembly. Hyundai i10, a very compact hatchback car for the city, which entered the market in 2007. This model is especially popular in India and Turkey. Assembly is also made in these countries. On Russian roads, Hyundai i10 of the latest modifications is found only in Turkish assembly. Until 2013, these cars were also supplied from India. Read also, where the production of French Peugeot cars is established. Hyundai i40. This model was developed for the European market as a D-class car. It is a family car, quite large and very comfortable. It is available both as a station wagon and as a sedan. Today this car is assembled in South Korea, in Ulsan. In Russia, Hyundai i40 get also from this plant. Hyundai Elantra. This is the most aged car of the Hyundai concern, produced since 1990. Elantra has undergone a lot of updates, becoming better with each modification. Most models of this lineup are assembled in South Korea and remain on the domestic market. Since 1998, quite a large number of cars began to be produced in Turkey. In Russia, this car model was assembled only in Taganrog in the period from 2000 to 2007, and today the production is completely transferred to St. Petersburg. Here the car was slightly adapted to our conditions, namely the seats and steering wheel received heating, as well as the ground clearance became a little more. This Korean is still among the best-selling cars of this class. Hyundai Sonata. Hyundai Sonata was put into production even earlier than Elantra. This model has gone through 7 generations and still enjoys a fairly steady demand. Hyundai Sonata was assembled in different countries, including Russia at the Taganrog plant. Cars of the last generation of this model are mostly produced in the USA, where they remain for domestic consumption, and in South Korea, from where they come to us. Hyundai Creta. Hyundai Creta is another very successful development of the Hyundai concern. Initially, Creta was developed for the Asian market, but already the first month showed that the market will be significantly expanded. Since 2016, the production of this model has been established in Russia at the St. Petersburg plant. Lines have been allocated for this model, from which about 4,000 to 5,000 copies come off each month. This completely covers the demand of the domestic market and even the nearest countries. Specialists note that this model can be a serious competitor to a number of other crossovers. Vehicles produced at our plant have a number of differences, such as increased ground clearance and reinforced suspension, windshield heat blowing, etc. Taking into account that the assembly is made on the existing line in St. Petersburg, the price is set very reasonable. This fact can positively influence even car owners who are more than skeptical about Russian-made cars, whether it is worth buying a domestically assembled Korean car. The production of Hyundai cars in Russia is carried out using all the technologies and materials that have undergone strict control in South Korea. All cars are subjected to the strictest inspection for compliance with standards. It is worth noting that the St. Petersburg plant has been repeatedly recognized with various awards and prizes, which already indicates that the quality of assembly here is not inferior to assembly in other countries. Buying a Korean of domestic assembly, you can be fully confident in the quality of your vehicle. In conclusion, Hyundai's global manufacturing footprint is impressive, with production facilities strategically located in various countries, including South Korea, the United States, China, India, and the Czech Republic. Each of these plants plays a crucial role in meeting the diverse demands of consumers around the world. As Hyundai continues to innovate and expand, its commitment to quality and efficiency remains at the forefront of its manufacturing processes. Understanding where Hyundai cars are made not only highlights the brand's global reach, but also its dedication to delivering reliable vehicles to customers everywhere. Thank you for watching, and we hope you found this exploration of Hyundai's manufacturing locations informative.